Hey guys, Brixenta here, and here is video part 2 that I asked fans questions, and here is what they had to say. So the next question is, were you ever bullied? If so, how do you deal with the negativity? Here's what everybody had to say.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, when it was happening to me, it just goes completely over my head. I don't I don't know why. It just does. Like just someone says something mean to me, I don't understand. I guess um I don't know why, because I don't know why someone would want to be mean to another person on purpose to hurt them. So maybe that's why I don't get it. There were a couple times where afterwards, my mom or a friend of mine would tell me, "Hey, they were just being really rude to you," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that." Um, so if I have been bullied, I never noticed, and it wasn't that big of a deal. You know, those people, it was a one-time thing, and then I never saw them again in my life. Or I don't remember seeing them, or they were just that insignificant to me that it really didn't matter.
Pray to God, and music and poetry as hobbies that I like to do. My passion for music and poetry helps me a lot through hard days when I'm not doing good, when I'm depressed. Because life's routine is very monotone and very depressing, so you have to choose the best formula for your life and try to do to have a balanced life as much as you can. So please yourself and help yourself and try to always do your passions and follow your own goals and ambitions, and you shall
As a kid,
succeed.
yes. How do I deal with negativity? I always try to find the small positive thread or thread of positivity that is in the negative.
Yes, I was really, really badly bullied in primary school. It got to the point where I didn't even want to go to school anymore. I didn't have like suicidal thoughts or anything like that, but it just got to the point where I would wake up in the morning and I'd be like, "Mom, I don't want to go to school," because I knew that as soon as I walked into that school building that I was gonna get bullied, and yeah, I just didn't really want to, like, I can't even remember what it was like really about, but it was just because like I was the only really unpopular girl in the school. Like the rest of the girls in my class were like really popular and everybody got on with them, and I was just kind of like the one in the background that no one really spoke to. So yeah, that's how I ended up getting bullied. But it continued on into high school, probably until about second year, third year, and then I kind of got like a group of friends that I stayed with, and it started to ease off then. But yeah, like pretty much the whole way through primary school, through primary 1 to primary 7, so that's roughly ages from 5 till about 11. Yeah, I was 11 when I left primary school, so between 5 and 11 I was pretty much badly bullied. It took a hit in primary 5 or primary 6. It got really, really bad then, to the point where my mum and dad were planning on moving me schools, but I don't think we never ever went through with it, because we just went and seen the head teacher and spoke to them about it. Again, they didn't really do much. Head teachers don't really do much. They can't really do much about bullying, or as they say in our school anyway. So yeah, they didn't really do much. But how I deal with it, tell someone if it got really bad. Spoke to my mum and dad, spoke to my sisters, and then I just had like friends as well that supported me through it as well. So yeah, that was kind of how I dealt with it. And as I said, by the time I hit 4th year, I just didn't really speak to them anymore, and if they said anything, it was just kind of like, oh, you know, you're just talking random rubbish, and you don't, you know, like it didn't really bother me anymore. So yeah, I just kind of brushed it off.
I've thought about this in the past, and I've said to people that if you were making a movie about a kid that was bullied, based on my appearance as a kid, I would probably be your prime candidate for like someone to cast as a bully and someone to be casted as someone who was bullied. But for some reason, I was never bullied. I was never bullied at school, despite my appearance and the fact that I used to wear a knitted school jumper when all the other kids wore the proper school jumper or sweater. I had black National Health glasses, which is the big, thick, like Buddy Holly type glasses. I think I was, for a little while, I think I was the only kid with glasses. I used to have to wear a patch on one of my eyes because I had a lazy eye, which weren't turned in. So they were trying to correct it. I had a massive haircut. But yeah, I wasn't bullied. How did I overcome? I think the reason I wasn't bullied is because, and how I dealt with any negativity was because I think I used to, looking back on it, I didn't realise I was doing it at the time, but when you see, at school at least, people that are bullied, they typically are the ones that, in my opinion, you know, look like they're affected by it. You know, they cry or they look sad, they look upset about it. And I don't think I ever, if it got to if I was getting pressure and it was getting sort of close to that sort of bullying kind of situation, I didn't, you know, I was quite poker faced, I think. And I used to outwit people who tried to bully, not just me but others. I think I used to outwit them, which is what I like to do on social media when people are negative. Because what I found is when people are negative on when you're live streaming and that, if you can outwit them, you'll virtually never hear another comment from them. They disappear. They've been made to look foolish. All your followers laugh at them in the comment section and then they disappear because they're not prepared usually for people that are cleverer than them or for the people that respond. So yeah, I think that was one of the things. And when there were situations where if I was at school and a situation occurred where it looked like I might be about to be bullied, if I couldn't outwit, I could always outwit them, but if that situation didn't arise, if it wasn't a war of words and something started that was physical, I used to finish it. I'm not the biggest of guys, but I've never lost a fight in my life. I've probably had about half a dozen fights, and the other people have always come off worse. So that was another little thing. I wouldn't advise that for adults because you'll get locked up. But at school, at least, I would always advocate fighting back. It didn't do me any harm. So yeah, outwit. I think not showing. If you're someone that is in a situation where you might be bullied or you think you're about to be bullied, if you can, the best thing to do is not show any emotion. And if you can, try and outwit them, because bullies think they're clever. And when people come along that are cleverer than them, they don't like it. They're not prepared for it. And I remember one situation at school where there was a group of them, and one bloke was trying to bully me, or I think it was going to head to that situation. And I think because I outwitted him in front of his friends, I remember all his friends laughing. I don't think he was too amused, and I think he was a bit embarrassed, and they all just disappeared. So that's what I would advocate.
Yeah, I was picked on. What did I do to overcome that? A lot. I was severely overweight. I was 5'10". Imagine a Mexican overweight Harry Potter. That was me. I dressed like Steve Urkel. But one of the major things was I have the most Mexican name you can ever imagine. Emiliano Luz Zapata, who just happens to be my 5th grade grandfather, the Mexican the general that led the Mexican Revolution. I did not know a word of Spanish. I grew up in a town mainly dominated by Germans, so German was the language you learned. I can pick up a word here and there, but I was young. And then I moved to a place very close to the Mexican border. And me having this color skin that I have and not being able to speak a word of Spanish, Obviously, I was made fun of. So I taught myself Spanish. I taught myself Spanish, and I finally grew up. I got taller. I hit the gym more. I worked on myself. It hurt, but it took time for me to realize that those people were only putting people down because they have their own insecurities. It's a little hard to talk about.
Now I chose that question because I know that I've gotten through a lot of negativity, a lot of naysayers, a lot of people who didn't believe in me, a lot of people who had bad things to say about me, and that is why I have such a heart to help you guys out if people are saying bad things about you. And I know we all have experiences of dealing with things like that. So I wanted to let you guys have a voice and share your experiences and your insights. Guys, I just want to add that bullying is never okay. Even if it's like a small thing, bullying is just not okay. So if you are the bully, then figure out why it is that you feel like you need to pick on people and figure out how to change that behavior. And if you've been bullied, I'm so incredibly sorry. I know how that feels. It does not feel good. And it can really take a big hit to your confidence, and it can make you feel defeated and backed into a corner, like you have to back down to them. But guys, I want to tell you that those are lies. You are an amazing person, you have an amazing story, and you do not have to back down to anybody. If you're quirky, just own it and go with it and embrace it, and if anybody doesn't like it, then send them on their way, because they don't deserve you. You do not need to be bullied, you do not need to take it. If you guys want advice because you're being bullied or picked on and don't know how to deal with it, please leave a comment below, because I would absolutely love to talk to you and help you. I just feel like this is a really important topic because so many people are bullied and so many people don't know how to deal with it. And if it's online, it's still bullying. Like, it's not okay. And whatever you're feeling, if you're feeling like somebody wronged you, or if you're feeling like some small thing happened and you shouldn't be that worried about it, no, don't think that way, because what you're feeling is what you're feeling, and what you're feeling, if you say this is how I'm feeling, that's truth. Whether it's I'm feeling unloved, which clearly I'm not unloved, I am very loved, but if I'm feeling unloved, then I'm feeling unloved. That's how I'm feeling. How I'm feeling is how I'm feeling. Like, and the same goes for you too. And even if your situation seems so inadequate compared to others, your situation is still of value, and it doesn't make your situation any less than anybody else's, because it still hurts, it's still painful, it's still hard to get through, and sometimes it leaves a mark and you have to get over that. So I just really want to help you guys in any way I possibly can. So like I said, leave a comment below if you do want help, because I would love to connect with you. Alright guys, that was part 2 of the city. Try that again. Alright guys, that was part 2 of me asking you guys questions, and I hope that you enjoyed the talent portion, because I know I sure did. You guys have a voice, so don't be afraid to use it. I love you guys so much, and as always, dream big.